attendance. My name is Garth Roseau, MLA for Vermilion Lloydminster Wainwright and Chair of the committee. I'd ask that members and those joining the committee at the table introduce themselves for the record, and we'll begin to my right.
Good afternoon. My name is David Egan. I'm the MLA for Edmonton Northwest.
Good afternoon. My name is Brooks Arkin-Paul. I'm the MLA for Edmonton West Henday.
Marlon Schmidt, Edmonton Gold Bar.
Good afternoon, Christina Williamson, Research Officer.
Bonnie Governarajan, Parliamentary Council.
Good afternoon, Nancy Robert, Clerk of Journals and Committees.
Hello, Warren Huffman, Committee Clerk.
Okay, we'll go now to those joining us online, and please introduce yourselves when I call your names. MLA Chapman.
Amanda Chapman, MLA Calgary Bennington.
MLA Dick.
MLA Nolan Dick, Grand Prairie.
MLA Sear.
Scott Sear, MLA for Bonnyville, Cold Lake, St. Paul.
MLA Hunter.
Grant Hunt, MLA Tabor.
MLA Armstrong Hominick.
Jackie Armstrong Hominick, MLA for Saskatchewan Vegreville.
And MLA McDougall.
MLA Miles McDougall, MLA for Calgary Fish Creek.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. For the record, I will note the following substitutions. MLA Chapman for MLA Sweet, MLA Sear for MLA Sinclair, and MLA Arkin-Paul for MLA Alginade. A few housekeeping items to address before we turn to the business at hand. Please note that the microphones are operated by Hansard staff. Committee proceedings are live streamed on the internet and broadcast on Alberta Assembly TV. The audio and video stream and transcripts of the meetings can be accessed via the Legislative Assembly website. Those participating by video conference are encouraged to please turn on your camera while speaking and mute your microphone when not speaking. Members participating virtually who wish to be placed on the speakers list are asked to email or message the committee clerk. The members in the room are asked to please signal the chair. Please set your cell phones and other devices to silent for the duration of the meeting. Approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or any changes or additions to the draft agenda? If not, would someone like to make a motion to approve the agenda? Got that? Okay, any discussion? All?
On the record, you should probably say his name, just Mr. Egan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Egan moved the motion. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Egan moved that the Standing Committee on Resort Stewardship approve the agenda as distributed for its June 28, 2024 meeting. All those in the room in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, any? Those online in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, any? Okay, that's carried. Approval of minutes. Next, we have the draft minutes for our April 25th, 2024 meeting. Are there any errors or omissions to note? If not, would a member like to make a motion to approve the minutes? Member Smith? Any discussion? All those in favor in the room, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Online, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say no. That is carried. Okay, review of the Personal Information Act, written submissions.
Aye.
Honorable members, at our April 25th, 2024 meeting, the committee issued an invitation.
Aye.
What's happening? Is that a okay, the committee issued an invitation to stakeholders and the public to provide written submissions in relation to our review of the Personal Information Protection Act. I'd like to note for the record that the committee received 34 submissions, 32 of which were received prior to the deadline established by the committee. These submissions were posted to the committee's internal website as they were received. At its April 25th, 2024 meeting, the committee also directed LOA staff to prepare a summary of the written submissions received. At this time, I would invite Dr. Christina Williamson to provide an overview of the documents. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'll make the presentation brief. As noted, 34 submissions were received. They were overall very robust quality submissions with over 230 pages of commentary for your reading pleasure. Page 4 of the submission summary document posted on the internal site lists a number of stakeholders who would be interested in presenting orally. I'll note, for instance, the Faculty Association of the University of Calgary did not provide a written submission, but did write in to request or to note that they would be willing to present orally. A few others include the Bankers Association, the Canadian Bankers Association, Canadian Life and Health Insurance Association, Canadian Association for Council of Employees, I-Sigma, the Insurance Bureau of Canada, the Federation of Calgary Communities, Law Society of Alberta, Liberal Party of Canada, Ministry of Innovation and Technology, the Alberta Office of the Information and Privacy Commissioner, of course, and Retail Council of Canada, among others. In the document, it's divided into a number of sections. The first section, introduction. Section 2 provides an overview of the issues raised. The key issues that I want to highlight just today is the high number of stakeholders who noted the importance of harmonizing and modernizing this legislation. So that was a prevailing theme across most of the submissions, and one that was really emphasized by a number of stakeholders. Others noted various privacy rights that they felt should or should not be included in the legislation, privacy protection measures such as privacy impact assessments, whether those should be something included in PIPA or not. Privacy management programs as well were a topic of discussion. Issues around plain language as well for consent and disclosure agreements. Also, data and privacy use in innovative technologies. AI is, of course, in the news all the time today, and this is something that was discussed quite frequently by stakeholders. So on that note, I will just mention that Section 3 goes into far more detail about the various comments and opinions and thoughts and ideas that stakeholders had. And then the ninth section is a list of the stakeholders at the very back, and that's a useful reference table for noting who the various organizations and individuals are. On that note, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, as mentioned before, the committee has received 34 written submissions.
Sorry, did you want to see if there were any questions?
Sorry about that. Any questions to the report? Online? Okay, good. So carry on. Honourable members, as was mentioned before, the committee has received 34 written submissions. 2 of those submissions were received shortly after Friday, May 31st deadline. The Faculty Association of the University of Calgary submission was received on Monday, June 3rd, and the submission from the Ministry of Technology and Innovation was received on Tuesday, June 4th, which was 2 business days after the deadline. The committee should decide if it would like to accept either or both of these late submissions. I will open the floor to discussions or motions on whether to accept late submissions. Go ahead.
Chair. Okay.
We have a question here. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, great.
Sorry, I just recall all of my time in undergraduate university when my professors didn't accept my late submissions. So I think it's a bit rich for the Faculty Association of Calgary to be asking permission to submit their submission late. But in spite of that, I think that we should accept these late submissions and perhaps dock the faculty some marks on their submission.
Thank you. Any other submissions or motions? MLA Dick, go ahead.
Sure. I would love to move a motion, Chair. I would love to move that all written submissions received by the Standing Committee on Resource Stewardship by June 4th, 2024, in regard to its review of the Personal Information Protection Act be accepted and included in the review process.
Okay, thank you very much. Any discussion? Okay, I'll go to a vote. All in the room, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, any opposed? All those online, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, very good. That is carried. Typically, at this stage of the review, the committee considers whether the written submissions received should be made public. I would highlight that all invitations sent to stakeholders stated that written submissions received may be made public. Also, anyone who made a written submission through the web form on the committee's website was required to expressly acknowledge that their submission could be made public. The submission from TransUnion of Canada, Inc. included a request that, in addition to personal information being redacted, the name of the official who made the submission on the company's behalf also be removed before making the submission public. Typically, the names and locations of submitters are included when submissions are made public. The committee clerk sent an email to the submitter to explain that her name may be made public, as was stated on the invitation to make a submission. Sorry, guys. And she was given the opportunity to rescind the submission if that was her preference. To date, the submitter has not responded. At this time, I would like to open the floor to any comments, questions, or motions on this matter. Any comments?
I would move a motion if there's no comments, Chair.
Good. Member Dick?
Excellent. I move that the Standing Committee on Resource Stewardship direct the Legislative Assembly Office to make all written submissions accepted as part of its review of the Personal Information Protection Act publicly available on the Assembly website, except for the name of the person who submitted the TransUnion of Canada Incorporated written submission, and B, portions of submissions that contain any of the following: personal contact information other than the name and municipality of the submitter, 2, personal information about any identifiable third party, and 3, profane and or obscene language.
Okay, thank you very much. Any discussion? Okay, good. In the room, all those in favor, please say aye. Oh, did you have a discussion item?
Yeah. No, I'm just curious about the profane or obscene language thing. Is that
Standard, isn't it? Yeah,
Is it? Oh, okay.
yeah, if they, go ahead, yep.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
I don't think we've encountered any. It's just sort of a standard thing that we typically recommend to committees that they might want to include. And then if there was any profanity, we would just block that out on the website. It wouldn't be blocked out, obviously, for members. You get the full raw thing, but, okay?
Yeah, I would expect that. There you go.
Very good.
Thanks.
Any others? Okay. All those in favor in the room, say aye. Okay, any opposed? All those online, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
That's carried. Thank you. And members, as we have now made decisions regarding written submissions, we shall now move to considerations of inviting oral presentations as the next stage in our review. During comprehensive statute reviews, it is common practice to invite oral presentations from key stakeholders and others so the committee can collect additional information and pose questions to the presenters for clarification on written submissions that have been made. At this time, I would open the floor to any comments, questions, or motions regarding this. Go ahead. Member Hagan?
Yeah, if there's no discussion or no?
It's open for discussion.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
okay.
going to move it though.
Then go ahead and make a motion.
Okay. I would like to make a motion in this regard then, and it'll come up, I'm sure. It is that as part of its review of the Personal Information Protection Act, the Standing Committee on Resource Stewardship would invite Diane McLeod, Information and Privacy Commissioner of Alberta, to make an oral presentation to the committee at an upcoming meeting.
You can do that one first, eh?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
1 second.
Okay. You got her? Everyone's got that, okay? Any discussion? If not, we will go to a vote. No, go ahead. Yeah.
Just by way of explanation, while we do receive information from the Privacy Commissioner, it's just an opportunity for us to get some elaboration as to what she sees and what direction PIPA could be taking. And so it's just like, she's obviously in charge of this and an expert that we can have available to us.
Right, any other discussion? Okay, if not, all those in the room in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. All those online in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Okay, and we will accept another motion relative to,
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have another one?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Of my esteemed colleague. So I move that as part of its review of the Personal Information Protection Act, the Standing Committee on Resource Stewardship, invite a committee member from each of the government and official opposition caucuses to submit to the committee clerk no later than 12 p.m. on July 19th, 2024, a list of up to 3 individuals or organizations to make oral presentations to the committee, and B, invite the identified individuals and organizations to present to the committee at an upcoming meeting.
Want to say anything other than that?
This is pretty standard practice that we invite a certain number of stakeholders to make oral presentations to the committee. We've seen from the summary of written submissions that there are a number of stakeholders who expressed a wish to make oral presentations to the committee, and I think that this will enable us to make those appropriate invitations.
Any other discussion? Okay, if not, all those in the room in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. All those online in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say no. That is carried. Next steps. We are in the concluding stages of the information gathering for this review. Our next step will be to hear our oral presentations and then move onto deliberations. Are there any other matters that members would like to discuss in relation to seeking additional information as part of the review? Okay. Are there any other issues of business to be discussed today? Hello? Okay, I guess not. All right. Date of next meeting will be at the call of the chair. If there's nothing else for the committee consideration, I will call for a motion to adjourn. MLA Schmidt. All those in favor in the room say aye. Aye. Say, not in favor, say no. All those online say aye.
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 Any online say no. That meeting is adjourned in 17 minutes. Well done, everybody.